Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul, where we discuss the concept of meditation and its application in our lives. Today, I have with me the energy of a group called the Ascended. I want to discuss the concept of losing yourself to find yourself, because there's lots of different interpretations of the meaning, but they say there's just one simple understanding of that term, losing yourself, in order to find yourself. They're not talking about you, who you are as a spiritual entity. They're talking about the you that has been made up by the world, the personality that you've been given, indoctrinated into believing that you're a certain person, that the thoughts, ideas, and beliefs you've been given by the world constitute who you are, your personality, and only that constitutes who you are. The name you've been given. All of these things are aspects of the self that keep you identified as a physical body only. That is all that information you've been given from the time you were born to the present moment. All that information formulated a database that goes under the heading of your name. So whether your name is Jenny or Janine or Bob or Mary, doesn't matter what your name is, but the name that you've been given formulates the structure of the fabricated personality from the time of your birth to the present moment. And most of what you think and feel and believe that is in your mind is not even who you are. It's simply information you've been given about this world, from others that are in this world. The self that we're referring to, that you must lose in order to find the self that you actually are, is the self that has been fabricated, manufactured, produced by the constant input of external stimuli through the five physical senses. This does not mean that if you lose this self that you have to give up having a body or being in this world. It simply means you learn to acquire an awareness and an ability to distinguish yourself from your thoughts, your emotions, your memories, and your anticipations. You recognize there's a distinction between the needs, the wants, and the desire of your biology and your acquired personality, and who you are and what you actually need is a spiritual consciousness. The spiritual consciousness that you are has the ability to assert a far greater influence over your existing conditions of time, space, and matter than your current systems of knowledge and science would allow you to comprehend, as science loans itself to keeping you predominantly based in the measurable material world exclusively. In fact, most of your education, most of your learning, in fact, almost everything that you think that you know that you hold valuable and dear to you is exclusively defined in terms of the physical world only and exclusively. So who is this spiritual entity that you are? Who is this spiritual entity that you are, that if you lose this old self, you find the new self? Well, the new self is not to be found, it's to be remembered. The old self is what you want to lose, but not in the sense you discard it like garbage. You recognize the distinction between the beliefs, the ideas, the memories, the anticipations, the needs, the wants, the desires you have, and who you actually are outside the context of those, which revolve exclusively around the existence of yourself as a physical body exclusively. Recognizing that you have an authority over thought, that you have an authority over emotion, therefore an authority over matter, that position of perception is the place of awakening, where you as the true self realize, I am not these thoughts, I am not these emotions, I am not these memories. I have these thoughts, I have these emotions, I have these memories, but they are not who I am. They're not who you are. They're not. You can examine them, you can evaluate them. Even your physical body is not the definition of who you are. It's an instrument that you utilize in this realm of creation and creating. So to lose oneself, to find oneself, simply means that you begin the process of discerning yourself from the physical body as the sole locus of your identity, the acquired data and information from your experiential living in this world and make a distinction between yourself and the experiences that you've acquired, you begin to divest yourself of attachment to the body, attachment to thought, attachment to memory, attachment to emotions that certain experiences that are created, and you begin to what we call awaken. You begin to experience and remember who you are as a spiritual consciousness, as an entity here to learn the function and practice of manifestation and creation, and not simply to remain subjective and deductive to the effects and influences of time, space, matter, and information that you acquire from this world. Information that you acquire from this world is designed to facilitate you in having a deeper understanding of how you wish to affect creative influence over the expression that you are calling your life here and now. So we hope that you understand the distinction between the self that you've been trained to believe you are to think you are supposed to be, and the self that is aware of the constructed personality. That is, this one can look at the body and say, this is a male body. And this one can look at the information in the mind and say, this is information in the mind. One can look at this mind and this body and say, this mind and this body are corresponding to a name designation called William. And that name designation, the body and the mind, do not represent the locus of his true identity, as the true identity of the self is neither the body, the mind, the emotions. The locus of your identity is your awareness, your soul. And in the process of that realizing, you begin to remember who you are. It does not become a question of who am I. You simply begin to know that I am that I am. You begin to recall the nature and meaning of your existence from experiential consciousness. That is to say that you begin to understand that you are something very unique and distinct from the confines of your personality and your biology, that these things are again instruments that you learn to utilize in the remembering of who you are, and then affecting the function of creation through into this dimension of time, space, and matter. As we can, communicate to you through this form, we are causing this form to move and articulate in specific ways, and it's reacting and responding to the intentions that we hold. So matter is following the direction of our consciousness through this form. So too does information in the mind also follow a similar process, in that it operates under carrying out the instruction and direction that we give to the mind, which then influences in turn the physical body, which in turn influences and affects the physical world. Losing yourself is finding yourself. And the self you want to lose, you don't want to lose in the sense you will not find it. You want to lose it in the sense that you find yourself as awareness, that you can alter, change, modify, restructure the mind, the emotions, and the physiology of the form you're existing in to serve the creative function you came here to carry forward. The creative function can vary in many different ways, but ultimately your creative function simply lets you know that you have direct control, authority, and influence over your experiences of time, space, and matter. Once you have fully understood and comprehended the nature of your relationship to time, space, and matter, and you've learned how it works, so to speak, you won't have much need to be in time, space, and matter, as there are many realms of consciousness and dimensions of experience to explore while you exist as consciousness consciously. Many of you believe that the contents of your mind, the stimulation of your senses, is what constitutes the only nature of what you are. You believe that your body and your mind and your emotions are all that there is to you. And yet you find yourself struggling with thoughts, emotions, and memories. And the struggle is because you are not your thoughts, memories, and emotions. You're wrestling to reclaim your position in proper authority over the mechanism rather than remaining subjective to it. And without the proper knowledge, it's very difficult to achieve that if you do not understand what your body is and how it's designed to follow your direction. If you do not understand the nature and function of thought and how it influences matter, if you believe that you are your thoughts, if you believe you are your body, then you will be bound by the information of the mind and the primary functions of the body, which is what you call the needs that it might have to procreate, to experience pleasure, to avoid pain. Very simple needs that the body has. But many of you find yourself enslaved by the wants and needs of the body, enslaved by the information in your mind and the emotions that are generated by that, enslaved by the environment, keeping you into the illusion that you are or are not a certain way. Very few of you exploring beyond the confines of your 5 physical senses to begin a process of remembering yourself, to lose your attachment to the illusory self, the one that has been constructed by the environment, and then to begin to remember that you are not your thoughts, you are the awareness, you are not the body, it is the instrument. Your thoughts create emotions that in turn induce the body to action. The self that we speak of is awareness, that you can be aware of your thoughts, the good thoughts and the not so good thoughts. You can be aware of your emotions, the good ones and the not so good ones. You can recognize the relationship between thought and emotions and change thoughts from one state to another, to change emotions from one state to another. Only from the position of finding yourself as the awareness observational to the mind and the body and the environment can you then begin the process of what we call self-realization, where the assertion of the self over time, space, and matter eventually and gradually becomes complete. In other words, time, space, and matter yield themselves to your will, so to speak. And you see small examples of this in the human realm, where humanity has fabricated, produced, and transformed and transmuted matter of the earth, for example, from base metals into refined metals that allow you to have the systems of technology that you currently comprehend and utilize and simply accept as something to just be there. But please understand that your ability to manipulate matter is just one of many facets of your consciousness that have not yet been explored. Unfortunately, the manipulation of matter has also led to certain things where the inexorbitant desires of the body have supplanted the initial functions of your will to create something beautiful, as in electricity, as in free energy, as in health and vitality. Many of these concepts have loaned themselves to keeping you subjugated to the enmeshment you have with matter as being the sole locus of your happiness, fulfillment, and pleasure. But what we want to clarify is that you must begin this process of distinguishing your awareness from your thoughts, your awareness from your body, your awareness from your emotion, so that you as awareness can begin to restructure, rebuild your mind and body to be in the image and likeness of who you truly are, not the image and likeness of the way the environment has conditioned you to believe that you are supposed to be. As many of you have fallen, let us use the term, you have fallen victim to the belief that the environment determines who you are, that the environment determines what you should think, that the environment determines what you should do. It does from the perspective of biology in its need to survive. Consciousness as a spiritual entity and very specific changes in time, space, and matter. You're able to change conditions of health and vitality with the application of your deliberate awareness over mind, over emotion, and over physiology. The primary tool that we instruct many to utilize in this process of losing yourself to find yourself is a well-known term called meditation. Medication for your soul, a form of healing for your own consciousness. This is what meditation is. It is a system whereby you as awareness can reclaim your dominion and authority over your mind, your emotions, and your physiology, and begin to assert a creative influence to gain experience with your own ability to cause effects in time, space, and matter that are products of your imagination, your will, your reason, your intuition, your perception. You came here to learn and affect the function of creation. To that end, we have come through this one and will continue to come through this one and many others to articulate the simple truths of life. The function of meditation is not a complex consideration. It is not something left only to monastic practices, those that hide themselves away in specific locations and isolate themselves from civilization in order to find peace in mind, to find the divine within themselves. You can discover that right where you are right now. Even in learning to train your mind and body to be undistracted by the environment, in the big busy cities that you live in, you can even learn to have the city not even be a distraction to you and acquire greater authority over your mind and greater authority over your physical body. It's very important you understand your capacity to induce change in your own mind and body. Many of you believe that you must go elsewhere to find the authority to do that when you possess the authority by nature of your existence. Your existence is the potential authority that you can assert over your mind and body. That is, your awareness from the perspective of being aware. You can begin to organize and restructure your mind and body. Meditation is the primary tool for use in instructing your mind and body into a consciousness that is in alignment with your true nature. And you cannot know your true nature if you're constantly reflecting upon memories and emotions and your physiology exclusively, as they can only yield for you what they themselves retain. In other words, if you try to recognize yourself as a physical body, the physical body can only recognize itself through the 5 physical senses. But you are not limited to the 5 physical senses. You are a spiritual entity. You have other senses that have yet to be developed. But in learning to instruct and train your mind, learning to instruct and train your body into a place of stillness, quiet, calm, and peace, when you learn the practice of teaching your mind and body, because you must teach it, it will not teach itself, or you defer that process to your other agencies outside you, your governments, your teachers, your family, your friends, and you allow them to define you for you, or you become that defining force over your own mind and body. But in that place where you begin to train your mind and body into stillness and calm and quiet and peace, as you begin to train them, that as they fall silent under your direction, as the mind becomes quieter, calmer, more peaceful, as the body gets more still, undistracted, you can pull your attention away from the world. You can pull your attention away from the world, inward, away from the world. In doing that, your senses follow you inward instead of being distracted by the birds and the lovely other sounds and the people and the noises and the trucks and the sirens. And you learn to pull your attention inward, so while those things may continue to go on, you remain undistracted by them. As you get further away from being distracted by the world, you get closer and closer to remembering and experiencing who and what you are as a spiritual consciousness, as a soul, as an awareness. When you divest yourself of the attachment you have to this world, to the biology, to the formulated personality, you begin to experience the vibrational nature of what you are, which is ultimately a function of divine love. Your nature is that you are a function of divine love. It gets messed up when the information, ideas, the needs and wants and desires of the body supersede your own functioning. And again, you were at a disadvantage from the moment you were physically born, as the world around you competed for your attention to be in the world, to listen and smell and touch and taste and hear. Your whole life was directed outward, away from who you are, into who others were teaching you to become. And so a lot of you are finding yourselves in these, what you call your teenage years and your young adult years, feeling confused and frustrated and disconnected. And it's not because there's anything wrong with you. You are disconnected and you are confused because your attention is stuck in the world, and you need to pull your attention away from the world to go within, to where you reside within. You know that statement, the kingdom of God is within you. Be still and know I'm God. So you must train your mind and body into a stillness where you can begin to commune with the spirit that you are within, where you can find that divinity that you think you will find in the world, in your money, in your sensations, in your entertainment, the bliss and the happiness that is all but temporary. For your games begin and your games end. Your entertainment starts and stops. It is all temporary. But the eternal, immortal self that is you, the bliss that you are seeking, is what you are within yourself. That bliss can be articulated into a very healthy and constructive contributing expression to the world when you begin to connect to your true nature, to what you are as a spiritual creating consciousness. As you begin to connect to that, you will have something very unique and distinct to offer the world, which in your heart you know is there. It's why you are so struggling, because you know there's more to your life than what the life is telling you there is. There's more to your life than money, and there's more to your life than sensations. There's more to your life than what you see, smell, touch, taste, and hear. And you're here to bring that gift that you came to bring to this world. The function of meditation is 3 simple steps. First, to teach your body to be still and relaxed. To teach your mind to be quiet and calm and peaceful. When those 2 things happen, when you begin to experience your body and mind reacting and responding to you, you're in the process of reclaiming your natural authority, the authority you, the self that you will find, naturally has over your mind and body, that authority which has been given to the world, that the world can direct and control and manipulate you to think, feel, and believe what it will tell you to think, feel, and believe, whether you believe there's global warming or global cooling, whether you believe there is up or down. Whatever you believe, the world has taught you to believe, may not be necessarily the truth. But in that place where the mind and body are placed gently aside, and you as awareness begin to recommune and reconnect to what you are as awareness, another surprising thing can happen. You can begin to connect to the divinity that is responsible for your existence. When your mind and body are not distracting you, your awareness can reconnect and commune with the divinity that is responsible for your existence, what you call God, or your other deities, or your ascended beings, whatever you would call them, whatever you would name them. You move into a position where you are divested of your enslavement to the world and reconnected to the experience of your being, and able, through the stillness of mind and body, begin to feel the blissful nature that is truly representative of who you are as a spiritual consciousness. In that place where your mind and body are not distracting you, you can avail yourself of knowledge, wisdom, and information that can facilitate you in executing the creative process you came here to demonstrate. You did not come here to simply get stuff and things. You came here to demonstrate creation. That is why you are here, to demonstrate a creation that is unique to each and every individual, but so few of you are realizing it, and many more of you are but a conglomerate of what the world has instructed you to believe and become. You've got this party and that party and this thing and that, and you become what the world has made you. It is no wonder you feel uncomfortable, because you cannot be what you are not and expect to be happy. You must be what you are in order to find happiness and fulfillment. You cannot be what you are not and find happiness and fulfillment. You can only find happiness and fulfillment by being what you are. And in order to know what you are, you must step away from what you are not. And although these words may sound cryptic to you, it's very simple when you begin to train your mind and body into stillness, into silence, into peace. Even your great master said, be still, quiet your mind, become detached, non-attachment. Many terms given to the idea of letting things go in order to remember who you are. We simply came through this one today to articulate this simple truth that you must lose the self to find the self. In the practice of meditation is where you will reach high into that manifestation. Thank you. Now, I want to say again to everybody that's here today, and for those of you that will watch the replay on my YouTube channel, I want to say first, thank you to the Ascended for being present and sharing this simple truth with us. You've got 2 more days left to register for Masterclass 101, which begins in about 35 minutes with the orientation. You still have time to register. You can register on my website, williammichaelforbes.com. It's a 3-week program that will transform and change your life. You will be introduced to the practices that they're talking about, meditation, because they're one of the groups that teach through me during the masterclass. You'll learn the function of getting reconnected to who you are as a spiritual energy. You'll learn the function of how to get your mind and body out of your way. You'll learn the function of how to raise your vibration, how to raise the vibration of your body from a low vibrational state to a higher vibrational state, how to raise the vibration of your mind from a low vibrational state to a high vibrational state, how to then reconnect to who you are as a spiritual entity, to learn how to connect to guides and angels and other multidimensional beings that can give you information that you cannot get from this world. There's information you can get from those dimensions that you cannot get from this world. Yes. Anyway, go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com. You've got about 36 hours left before registration is completely closed. If you can't make today's orientation, the orientation will be recorded, as all of our live events are recorded and put on a private Facebook group wall where you can, at your own leisure and according to your own schedule, watch the replays of events if you cannot make them all. You'll be given an itinerary that will contain all the links to each and every event for the 3-week period. Classes run from Sunday to Friday for 3 weeks. You're going to receive well over 23 hours of very clear, well-defined practices and study over those 3 weeks. The events are held live and recorded. You'll be working with 4 other mediums besides myself over that period of time. So you'll be working also in a group environment and working with people that are very experienced and knowledgeable in their fields of mediumship and health. We have a holistic practitioner with 20 years of experience who will instruct you on proper ways of raising the vibration of your body, introducing you to concepts such as high vibe juicing. You'll also be introduced to meditation, how to sense the energies of your guides, your angels, your loved ones that are not in physical form anymore. You'll begin to experience things in a really profound and dynamic and exciting way. You'll begin to see yourself and your life through a whole new eye. And please accept this as my invitation to sign up now. Don't waste any time. The next time this course will come up won't be for another 3 or 4 months. It only comes up one to 3 times a year maximum. So this is your time now, or you can wait for again until like late November when we will probably do our last one of the year. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and sign up today. Don't waste a single moment of your precious and beautiful life. Let me see here. Good morning. I can take a few questions today, and then I'm going to have to head out because we have a birthday party for a nephew to go to. Very young 2-year-old nephew. Wonderful. Let's see, get rid of that banner. There we go. That's a little better. Questions. Thank you. Hello, Con. Hello, everyone. Good to see you all today. Good to see you, brother. Someone's asking, why is my right thumb swollen and hurting? I'm being told to tell you this. Watch your thoughts about what you can and cannot handle. Watch your thoughts about what you believe you can and cannot handle. That's what they're telling me to tell you. Watch your thoughts about what you believe you can and cannot handle. Good morning, Lauren. Hello, Denny. Hello, Wendy. Good to see you. Gifts of Philosophy. Great classes and amazing things happen in each of those classes. Well worth the journey. Con Knight. Please gift yourself with William's courses. You'll learn how to Learn how your body, mind, and spirit work independently and collectively. It's life-changing. Lauren's asking, what is the sense of block I feel? Again, when you feel a block, it's usually an emotion that's stored in your body somewhere. If you can pinpoint or locate in your body where you store a certain emotion, there's a simple way you can learn to release that. I'm being told to tell you this is an emotional block that you're holding in your body that has to be released from the cellular memory. You have to release that block from cellular memory. Someone saying, my William and guides have helped me deal with my intense sadness I've had for 41 years. So grateful to hear that. Wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. There we go. A few people got blocked today on there, eh? Wonderful. Well, again, it's not going to be a very in-depth event today. It's will my feature film be made? I get a strong yes for that, but you have to get more involved in the process. You have to get more in people's faces, is what they're telling me. You have to get more in people's faces about it, in a good way, not a bad way. You're very welcome. It's a great question. How will 2025 play out for me? Well, you got a lot of excitement going on in 2025. Get ready for it. Get ready for it. I'm being shown the image of a Ferrari. I don't know why. I don't often get images like that, but they're showing me the image of a Ferrari. Like things are going to move really fast is how I'm feeling that they're communicating. That's the symbol they're giving me to represent the response here. Things are going to move really, really fast for you in 2025. So hold on to your hat. Amanda, thank you so much for that super chat. Really appreciate it. Hi, William. I've been having multiple deja vu moments throughout the day this week. Can I please have a message from guides? Thank you. Yeah, they're excited for you. They're telling me right now they're really excited because now you're beginning to move into the self that observes the life rather than the self that is lost in life. Your capacity to move through timelines is awakening. That is, deja vu is when you tune into how can I put it? You turn into what's called a holistic or multidimensional awareness, where you become cognizant of all potential points of time and space, and you can actually see a time in the future as it's happening now from prior to it happening. So as it's happening, you're remembering it because you've seen it just before. That's where you're shifting your awareness from localized body-mind self to multidimensional self. Yeah. They're saying continue to feel the excitement about it because it's letting you see that you see things, you see and know what happens before. You're moving into what's called clairvoyance, clear seeing, where you can see things clearly, not with your physical eyes, but with your spiritual eye. You're beginning to recognize you can see. It's wonderful. You're welcome, Adson. That's wonderful. Here's a good question here. Will my strength and will become stronger soon? I'm fighting, but my fight is becoming hard. Sign up for Masterclass 101 today. Sign up for the Masterclass. Your fight will no longer be a fight because it's not meant to be a fight. You're not meant to be you're fighting. You're meant to be creating. Sign up for Masterclass 101. You will not be disappointed. It will change your life. And the struggle you're going through will correct very quickly. I cannot tell you how many times people have been in very dark and terrible places when they've come into these master classes. The Ascended Masters teach through me. They do discussions and meditations. They take you on a journey of yourself. And your suffering is not yours. It was given to you to learn. You were taught how to suffer, okay? Whatever you're experiencing in your life, you were taught to experience life that way. And until you realize what the Ascended were saying about waking up to who you really are, until you wake up to that realization, you're bound by what you've been programmed to believe. Don't waste in the moment. Sign up for Masterclass 101 Awakening right now. Don't delay your happiness any longer. You're creating your divine entities, all of you. And there's just simple practices to start you on your journey, to put you on it really effectively and beautifully. You're not here to suffer, you're here to create. So please do that. Don't waste your time. Your life is too precious to wait. Don't wait. Sorry, just yeah, someone else saying, take his classes, they're life-changing. What can I do to grow as a medium? Take Masterclass 101 Awakening. You will get introduced to all the techniques and the processes for developing and opening your internal senses. Mediumship requires not for 5 physical senses, sight, sound, touch, taste, smell, as the 5 physical senses are for the physical world. Mediumship requires you activate and develop the non-physical senses: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. They don't teach you this in school because they don't want you to be free, okay? But our masterclass, we will introduce you to how to activate clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. You'll also be taught about the different energy centers in the body and how to utilize and make them work for you. Sign up for the class. Don't leave yourself guessing and wasting time. Your life is too precious. Wendy's saying here, yes, sign up. It will transcend you, and it really will. I'm excited to see the positive changes round 2 of Master Classes 101 will bring me. Me too, Jade. I'm glad you joined up. Peace and love to all of you, and peace and love to you too, beautiful soul. We are there. Okay. So as I said, this would be a very short and sweet event today as I'm getting ready for the orientation of Masterclass 102. We have a wonderful group. I'm very excited about them. You still have time to register. Go to williammichaelforbes.com and register for Masterclass 101 Awakening. Again, it's a 3-week course on awakening, literally, how to awaken and activate your soul, access your guides, your angels, connect to your loved ones, improve your physical health, improve your mental and emotional health, improve your freedom as an awareness, awaken your soul. And these may be terms that mean nothing to you right now, but I promise you, come into the course, you will understand the meaning of these terms and you'll know how they apply to you as a consciousness, as a sentient being. I want to wish each and every one of you much, much love. I'll look forward to seeing you guys on the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. And for those of you that are already signed up for Masterclass 101, I will see you guys in about 35 minutes. Really excited what we're going to be creating and manifesting for ourselves individually and collectively during this period of time. Someone saying, help, I'm hurting. Why doesn't my husband want to move back in together after his son went to college? First of all, you have to liberate yourself from fear. Fear is a creative energy. Love is a creative energy. Fear creates certain events in time, space, matter. Every emotion you will ever experience will cause a behavior. Every emotion you feel right now will cause a behavior, a response, a reaction. If you cannot articulate authority, loving authority over your emotional energy, then you'll experience whatever you're feeling. If you're angry and upset, then you'll go into behaviors, you'll create situations and circumstances that support your anger and frustration. If you're, oh, hello. Hello. I don't know who that was, but somehow they got in. Anyway, you must learn that your emotions can be transformed and transmuted by you. You can teach yourself to change emotional energy from one state. Your fear is keeping the situation the way it is. Release your fear. Let go of your fear. Again, sign up for Masterclass 101 and learn how to begin to organize, restructure, reorganize your emotional energy from one state to another, because emotions can't be created or destroyed. Your emotions cannot be created or destroyed. They can be changed from one state to another. In other words, you can change a state of depression into a state of happiness. You can change frustration into patience. You can change and transform emotional energy from one state to another. I want to wish you all much love. I have yourselves a joyful day. Do we need a device with a working camera for this masterclass? Yes, you do, Jenny. You can use your smartphone. Use your smartphone or desktop or laptop or tablet, whether it's Mac or PC, it doesn't matter. As long as you have a working device that's got a, you don't have to come on camera, as long as you have a way to connect. It's just nicer when you come on camera because you get to see the beautiful people that are around you and you'll get the support that you need. But yes, a visual device is best. Thank you so much for following. Really appreciate that. How do you sign up for the masterclasses? Go to williammichaelforbes.com, go to the shop and look for Masterclass 101 Awakening. Again, the orientation starts in about 35 minutes. If you place your order now, I can ensure that you get your study guide and itinerary before 11 o'clock. If I don't hear from you before 10:50, then you probably won't receive your itinerary and study guide until after the orientation. If you miss the orientation, that's okay, because the orientation will be recorded and placed upon a Facebook group wall where you can review the lessons at your own time and leisure. You can review all the events, all the classes as you need to. I want to wish each and every one of you much love. For those of you that are interested in signing up, you just got the information on how to do that. How long are the classes? The classes range in time from 45 minutes to 2 hours, depending upon what day of the week it is. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, the classes can run up to 2 hours long because it's a discussion and a meditation with an ascended master or collective of masters. And then the other days are generally the practices in learning how to tune into, tap into your guides to activate clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience. You'll also need a deck of oracle cards for the class because they're divination tools. And they're just tools to help you activate your inner senses. Divination devices like cards, pendulums, crystals. These are tools to help you activate your internal senses, not become dependent upon the tools, but to learn to activate these internal senses. I wish I could say more and stay on a little bit longer with you guys today. I'm so grateful you came out. I know it's on such short notice for some of you that are just joining today. But again, you take this class, you will not be disappointed, and your life will, as the Ascended said earlier, you will lose yourself and find yourself. I want to wish you all much love. Have yourselves a wonderful and joyful day, and I will see you guys on Monday. Bye for now.